I'm really nervous. This is like my first press conference. I hope they ask good questions. I don't know what to say.
Why are you nervous?
Because I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. Just channel your inner Nate. Coach more.
Channel Nate. Okay, let's go. Okay. First question.
Becca, do you think it's appropriate for you to host a show when your husband's the head coach?
I stand behind my record. Next question.
Oh, well, I think Becca's done a really good job. I mean, she's really, I don't.
Next question.
Next question.
Scott, why are you hosting a show about football when you can't answer simple trivia about intentional grounding and Massillon history?
Question for me. Thanks for coming. I'm really excited to be here. You know, part of the thing is we do the trivia. It's kind of like a cute little thing. We really have fun with it, I think, because it's
now listen. We're still in it to win it, okay? Next question.
Next question.
What is your reaction to the latest statements from the Black Swarm podcast about how your competitors and your show is a propaganda machine for the Tiger establishment?
Oh, I don't think they said that. I mean, I love Hank and Ray.
His name is Rob.
Oh, yeah, I knew his name was Rob. I didn't mean Ray. Slob. Nate, hey, I like them, and they're not our competitors. We do an entertaining show. They watch film on a podcast. I mean,
they are irrelevant. Next question.
Are you going to continue these pointless comedy skits that no one thinks are funny, or are you going to cover football?
The skits are funny. The people are not. I mean, come.
Listen, we do the show 1 week at a time. We don't focus on all that stuff.
Becca, when are you going to stop referencing Taylor Swift and realize her era is over?
What do you mean? Taylor Swift? Are you kidding me? This is why we can't have nice things.
Taylor
is.
Just last question.
Oh my God.
Question.
Are you concerned that there are too many shows covering the same stuff, and are you just inflating the importance of football in a town that is already too into it, and couldn't you take this opportunity to focus on education and the revitalization of the community?
No. This press conference is over.
Boy, he's good. Merry Christmas, everyone. It is Christmas time in Tiger Town. We are here for Tiger Talk episode 29. Got the merry little elf here. How you doing?
These are like really warm.
I know, it's pretty warm in here, but we don't care because it's the best week of the year. We're going to be celebrating Christmas for the Beat McKinley episode.
Nobody else has orange and white ones either.
I know, they're perfect. I was thinking after this, there's no way JP isn't selling these. There's no way. You go down to the Tiger store and they'll be like, yeah, I invented the Tiger. We're going to get a piece of this.
Okay.
I'm quitting my job today. Introduce our guests that we have.
All right, so we have
Zach Liebler,
what position?
starting corner.
Starting corner.
Dorian Pringle, linebacker.
And of course,
Nate Moore,
Coach Moore.
head coach.
Yeah.
Head coach of the Massillon Tigers.
And they're wearing their numbers.
I know.
Like,
I don't have to wonder.
I'm so excited because like nobody else has ever had their.
And the big trivia will be at the end of this.
Oh my God.
We could win it, maybe.
No tie.
I'm hoping. Yeah, but then we have a plan in place for if we tie.
Yeah.
Oh, we were busy while you were out doing whatever you do. But I'm hoping they ask, what is Dorian's number? I'm hoping. So let's cover the Warren game. While that happens, I'm going to give our guests Christmas hot chocolate because everyone is going to have hot chocolate and we have marshmallows because it is Christmas in Tiger Town. So please ask our guests questions, Becca, while I do my job.
All right. So the Warren game. What was your favorite play? What did you think about what was going on? So how do you think defense played? You both are defense, but yeah.
I think our defense played really good. I feel like we played solid the whole game. We had one incident, but short-term memory, so we didn't score another point on our starting defense after that. And So we played pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of hot chocolate during practice? I don't know. I never was did football practice.
Not too big on hot chocolate.
Not too big on hot chocolate. Yeah, it'd be a little hot. Leaves, was this your first game back in a while?
That's my second
The
game.
second game back. How did it feel? I mean, it was basically, you know, it was your last home game in the regular season on the field. It was senior night. What was that like?
Oh, an emotional roller coaster for me. I was just thinking about my mom and my family, and you know how much they've been through, and you know how far we came, and you know I just seeing my parents really emotional, and you know my mom made a little post, and you know thinking back that she's been doing this for 20 years now, and now the chapter's coming to an end. So it was, I felt the pain of her, maybe not on her level, but to some extent, and yeah, it was a lot.
The youngest Liebler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the last.
So what is that like? Do you think that's like a different? Like, cause I saw you getting emotional, and I was like, wow, you know, cause you're Leaves. Like he's like you know, so that was surprising to me. But like, is it tough being the? You know, Eli's gonna be our last too. So do you think it's like a different kind of feelings? You know.
Yeah, 100%. I also like I want to, you know, like be the youngest. I want to live up to the hype. I want to be able to, you know, make it fun for my friends and family to come watch the Tigers and see, you know, me playing good, you know. So I feel like it's a little bit of pressure, but I just really felt sorry for my mom and you know, everything she's gone
Happy
through,
too.
but- yeah, I mean,
Happy
happy,
too.
but it's just sad to see that high school football is kind of like the end of the chapter, and
Mm-hmm.
and it just felt like it's just would never happen, you know.
Have you considered maybe flunking this year and just taking some classes?
He's a 4.0 student.
And go
He's
again?
a 4.0. I'm just saying.
I don't know. We'll see. I have to talk to coach about
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
No comment.
I'm assuming there's a rule you can't do that, right? I mean, there's,
No, you can't do that.
yeah.
There's no fifth-year seniors.
It seemed unlikely to
There's
me.
no COVID year. There's
Yeah.
no COVID year for that. Dorian, I love your dad. He wears this shirt that says like the Pringle boys' dad. You know, because your dad has how many are there total boys?
There's 4 of us.
There's 4 boys. Your dad was out there, you know, like filming. I'm like, hey, you want me to film for you? What was you know what was that like? Your brother experienced it last year, but what was it like for you coming through?
Like the whole senior night.
Yeah, the senior night.
It was emotional because my dad went through a lot, and like moving us, we moved here my sophomore year, so it was kind of a lot. So I feel like my dad was just happy for me to walk with me and my grandma and my grandpa, and also my older brother. So
Yeah. And did you break a record Friday night?
He did?
yeah,
What record did you break?
the sack record.
The sack record. That's crazy.
Yeah? Because now you have both sack records.
Would you be scared if you were quarterback?
I
You saw Dorian Pringle running
I would
towards
be,
you.
you know what? I'd be the fastest quarterback to hand the ball off in history. That would be my thing that I could do really well.
I really
is
wish you
hand
could
it off.
interview the other quarterbacks and be like, hey, like it's like Ray Lewis. Like you see Dorian line up, are you like do you picture Ray Lewis like coming at you, mad?
Is that your favorite thing to do, is to sack the quarterback?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the difference between that and scoring a touchdown? Like, which one gives you more of a burst of energy?
I think this. I want to say. I think a sack because it gets our whole defense hype
Yeah.
when somebody makes a big play on defense. A touchdown do too, but it's not nothing like a sack on a
Right.
quarterback.
Yeah.
For a loss of yards.
I know, it's exciting. Coach, what can you say about your senior class this year?
I mean, we've been through a lot. I mean, we've walked a bumpy path together, and there's nothing that brings people together like sharing adversity. And so I do feel really tight with these guys, and I think we got a lot of really good kids also, and so that lends it to that also. And I think these guys have as much as any group that we've had, they have done the things that we've asked them to do. They've walked the warpath. They've lifted the weights. They've showed up at 6 a.m. throwing sessions. They've done everything that we've asked them to do, and they're reaping the rewards of that. So I'm really proud of them.
Are they warrior poets?
Well, we'll find out after the first quarter's done.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you think you're warrior poets?
I would like to think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Try to live up to the hype, but
Yeah.
Think of a good rhyme when you sack the quarterback this week. Just, don't rhyme it with duck. I like that. I like this statement up here. It says, if there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. That is spectacular. I really, really like that. Where did you come across that, and is that something new on that board, or has that been your philosophy for a long time?
I mean, it's been on the wall for a long time. I mean, it predates Massillon. To be honest, I don't recall where I first saw that.
That is a good quote.
Yeah.
When we did the 15 for 15 book, I tried to pitch that as a series to Netflix. And I was in a meeting and they were like, well, couldn't one of the coaches be on drugs, or can't there be a player who fights and won't listen? And I said, no, there are no enemies within Massillon. That's why they win, because they're brothers. I'm like, the drama comes from outside. And they were, didn't have a second meeting, but it wins games.
It wins games. So now we're going into Christmas in Massillon.
Yay!
There's a lot of noise. There's always a lot of noise. So what does Coach Moore tell you to do, and what do you have to do to block out all the noise? Because I know that even Coach Moore and I have a lot going on this week ourselves that we have to make appearances for and stuff.
Well, I think we said it best after our game against Warren. All the stuff is not for us; it's for the people. Like the students, it's just all bluff. It's just all stuff not for us. Well, it's for the people that support Massillon, the people that love football. It's just not for us.
Mm-hmm.
Our job's win the game.
Yes,
Your job's to win the game. So you've lived through it for a long time, because you've been, and your mom's lived it through a long time. How is it different from being on the sidelines to, being a starter? You've lived through watching on the sidelines too, up in the stands. How do you transition from that to it's all fluff now?
yeah, it's watching it from the stands does no justice to what it's like being on the field. When you run out, there's a lot of emotions and thoughts going through your mind, but I feel like after that first kickoff, the only thing that matters is my job, and I'm gonna do that to my best ability and trust that the other 10 people on the field are gonna do theirs just as well.
Mm-hmm.
What about for you, Dorian? Your first Massillon McKinley game had to be, very, very special.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a memory from that. What you learned walking through the tunnel, and was your first game at Massillon or McKinley?
Yeah, Massillon.
Okay.
I feel like I think this might be my Massillon versus McKinley was my first time me being really nervous for a game. Running out the tunnel, you can hear the energy. You can see people standing on the rails, and I was low key shaking at first. When I was on kickoff return, I just had to go hit somebody.
You just went and hit somebody.
I remember it was the
Could
ref.
you imagine if you did that in the stands?
Yeah. I've seen it happen. I've ducked a few times. There's no doubt. We've seen a lot of fights in Section 14 over there. There's no doubt about that. What are you looking forward to? I mean, I know it's for everyone else, but what is the one Massillon McKinley event for each of you, coach all the way down, that is your favorite during this week? Besides the game, everyone loves the game. Of course, the game. I mean, the hoopla. Out of the hoopla, what's your favorite?
I'd say my favorite's probably the school parade. Actually, it's the longest parade we have. It's
It's
40 minutes.
It's pretty long.
The pep rally? Yeah, my fault. Not the parade.
The school parade. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ride a float down the
No, I'm
hallway?
sorry. Yeah, school pep rally. That's my fault.
Okay,
But,
school
yeah,
It
that's
is pretty
definitely my
long.
favorite. It's a good time, a lot of energy, and I just like to see, the other students cheering for us, and it's just a lot of fun.
What about you, Dorian?
I think it's the pep rally too. Get out of class a little bit, and then see all the people supporting us, they're cheering for us, and I think that's my favorite part.
What about for you, Coach?
Parade.
I do like the parade. Yeah, I would say for me, I do like we didn't have it this year, but I really actually like the Hall of Fame lunch, because I think it's a good lunch. I actually like to hear older guys. I don't want to say old guys, but like they tell the stories. Remember, I told you a couple of stories.
Yeah.
They told me that I was like, what? So I do. That is my favorite lunch of the whole week. But I do say the parade because you get to interact with all the fans and the little kids. And even when it was raining one year, they all came out. They had umbrellas and stuff. And I think that's nice for our guys too, because maybe you watch the parade going up and now you're a Tiger, so there's future Tigers standing on the sideline.
And like, what's this new thing where they say you're not throwing candy? That's why we're going. Like, we're gonna throw candy.
Remember, I made bags. I passed out bags one year. Like, I made over 200 bags of
I
candy
didn't get
and
one.
gave them out. Were you there?
Of course I was there. I've been at all the parades.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, like I've gotten a little picky about what candy I'll pick up. Like I won't kick a little kid out for like a dum-dum sucker. But one year they threw big Snickers.
Oh, they threw Snickers and Butterfingers.
And it was big
Yeah.
whole ones. I mean, I will
Yeah.
knock someone out for that. If it was a Kit Kat, watch out. I don't care. Like, oh, did I touch your kid? I'm sorry, I didn't see that. It was a Kit Kat. So I guess we should talk about the game. Give us a little bit of what to look for McKinley. What can you tell us about them as a team?
They're a good football team. They're 7-2. Their losses are to Avon and Glen Oak. They've got great size everywhere, really. Their skill guys are tall. They're big on the offensive line, the defensive line. Strengths are probably defensive line / front seven on the defense, and then they're the receiving core and the quarterback offensively. They've been spread pretty much all year, offensively and defensively. Excuse me. They've been 3-4, mostly too high defensively. So.
Are they more passing or running? Are they even?
I mean, they've been pretty balanced with that.
Balanced.
Pretty balanced.
What do you have to do for your preparation for the game? Like, who are you looking to go up against, or what do you have to focus on? Like, what's your prep?
I think my preparation is just a lot of film and understanding, what are their top plays when it's 3rd and short, 3rd and long. If I little things I can pick up on the receiver. I know number 11's pretty good, so I'm gonna try to study him and see, if he's giving away certain routes or anything. If he comes off the ball with a different release, that kind of indicates some stuff for me. So I'm real technical when it comes to preparation and stuff like that. But yeah, just a lot of film hours.
What about for you, Dorian?
I feel like it's just doing my job and doing my keys. I don't have to do like the big jobs, just stay in my little space and see it. Like, just notice like little things on film, like if the guard's pulling or not, if the running back's gonna shift you this way and go outside, if he likes to bounce it a lot, hit the hole. It's just little things like that.
Do you think watching film is key to being a better football player at your position? And
100%,
why?
yeah.
Why do you think that?
It's a cheat code. It's such an advantage when you realize, it's like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 12. They like the short side on a comeback or a curl, or they like to throw the short side on a deep ball when it's 2nd and short or something. It just gives you an extra step, and that's huge when it comes to big games in football.
Well, and McKinley knows what we'll do on 2nd and 43.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know, that's a joke, because one time we were at 2nd and 43 and we made it. That's never happening again.
They're gonna go up and get it, right?
Yeah, they're just gonna know.
Yeah.
We've had our 2nd and 43. Anything else on McKinley? Before this was funny, but also, are you really hot?
It's super hot. It must
Like,
be
I would
drinking hot
take
chocolate.
this off, and I'm like, I have to stink by now. So I say we're gonna sweat more, and let's go to trivia, unless I missed something that we had to get to for McKinley or whatever.
No, we're good. We're ready. What time's the game?
I believe it's Saturday at 2.
Oh.
And you know what, people? Don't be telling me what the OSU score is. I get annoyed with that. Like, just watch the game. DVR it or whatever the humans do now. Set your VCR.
There's no
and
VCR.
There's VCRs in Massillon.
They don't even know
Oh,
what
come on.
VCRs
There's
are.
VCRs in Massillon.
You mean Hulu?
You know what a VCR is?
They don't know what a VCR
I know what it
is.
is, but I never use one.
You never used a VCR?
My mom used the tapes all the time, so I'm lucky that.
Gooby, turn the tapes on.
That's
No,
so
it's
funny.
like little tapes of us. They're hilarious. I
Oh,
love
like
them.
okay,
And little Gooby running around.
I kick with Gooby.
Yeah, I mean, how did you guys watch The Little Mermaid if not on VHS?
Imagination.
Oh,
There was
DVDs. I was setting my So one of you gets to roll, and I'm telling you, this whole damn season, only one time has Becca's face shown up. So I want to see, and when I'm here, it'll be interesting.
It's you.
I mean, the whole season has to come down to me.
I love it.
One time you were
Oh my
picked.
god. I think the dice is weighted.
But I mean, that's ridiculous.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay, so the score is the team has 5, we have 4. If I would get their question right, and you should have seen them plotting, and they're so happy, then we'll be 5-5. They have another question.
Okay.
And
To break
in the
the
back,
tiebreaker.
and that will break
Yeah.
the tiebreaker because
You
we're not
better
doing
get it
this
right.
in playoffs.
You better do this right.
They were so excited. There's no way I'm gonna get it right, but I'm
No,
ready.
that's not that bad. That's not that bad.
Okay.
I'm
What
okay.
number
All right.
is?
So it's how many yards did Will Trail Hartson average his senior year?
Ooh. Oh, that was just
That was
last
only
year.
last year.
So it should be.
You had to go plus or minus 10.
Well,
Okay,
let's
let's
see.
go plus or minus 10.
Yeah, let's see if I can even get close. So he
How many?
almost
did he average
every
a carry?
time.
A
Yeah.
carry?
Every time he had 100.
No.
So it's over 100.
No.
Yeah, because that was the record he
I
set.
thought they just said how much did he average a carry?
Yeah.
Isn't that
No,
different?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
Average
per
per game.
per game.
Per game. Oh,
Yards per
yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Yards
going to
per
be
game.
over 100.
Mm-hmm. He beat the goat.
I mean, but how much over? And then there might have been one. Well, did he get 100 in the state championship or whatever it was against Hoban? I'm gonna say 98.
No, it's 132.
Yeah. I knew it was over.
Thank God. 'cause
I was
they were
afraid
getting
about
right.
how much over.
They were gonna
Good.
get
That was a good question, though. I could have maybe done better.
In
They
it to
won,
win
it's
it. We are in it to
Yeah,
win
but-
it.
Champs.
What was the
Yeah.
second one, just in case? Because you had a backup.
The second one
This
was
is just a bonus. It doesn't
Who
count.
has the second most tackles in a single game?
Wow.
You know it.
I think
I hope you do. I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
hope you
go
do,
with
Coach.
your cousin. What about your cousin?
My
Don't you have
brother.
a brother that just played a couple years ago? But what was his first name?
I don't know, I've always called him Leaves. I don't know.
Yeah, I would have guessed him because I'm assuming you would ask that because it'd be part of your family. But I would never remember his first name.
Oh.
But he
I
had a
mean, yeah, that's
breakout
right,
game in the
yeah.
McKinley game.
Yeah.
He had 17 tackles in
Yeah.
his carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great game.
17.
So there we go. The team won, but we were close, 6-4. You actually did nothing.
I did nothing.
We're-
I got one right.
Yeah, you did.
I got one right.
Yeah, you did it one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, it only takes one to win. You can win by 1 point. That's all that matters. You win, you win.
Yeah, that's the one thing we learned in this trivia thing was how to do that. Well, good luck, guys. Thanks for a great season. Congratulations on your records. And set a new one on Saturday. Find one. Get 18 tackles. And do
It's
that.
a little hard
so.
for me.
Yeah, but it'd be fun.
I don't know if Coach Moore would like that.
Yeah, that means we're not very good.
We're wrong.
Yeah,
What's
that
up,
means we're
dude?
getting to you.
Some ain't right.
Yeah. All right, until next time, TIG.
ERS.
Oh.